Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, folks. Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball. We're into the game already as Michelson's going to lift this one into center field. Hill tries to track it down, and it's going to bounce right out of the glove. Runner will advance to second, and the Scarlets will start the game off with a hit off the double by Michelson. Apologize for the late start as we were getting lineups scheduled in here. So Christian Michelson for the Scarlets leading off. He stands at second. Brooks Rohrer is the second baseman. He is at the plate. Zach Hangus is the pitcher on the 5 Valley Hour pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Andy Larson will bat third for the Scarlets. He's at first base. Joran Wilcox, the catcher, bats fourth as we get a pitch into, that'll be ball one. Corey Brownson in the lineup as a designated hitter, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Logan Meyer in left field as strike one is delivered, 1-1 on the count to Rohrer. Ethan Clark is the right fielder, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Nate Dwar. He's the third baseman, and the shortstop, Caden Dooler, will bat in the bottom of the order. It is Ben Egan on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. This one's lifted into right field, and it will be in play. Runner is going to advance from second and make his way all the way home as the throw is made, and the Scarlets will earn a run to start the game off.
First baseman number 18, Andy Larson.
Andy Larson now for the Scarlets. For the Mavericks, it's Brendan Hill in center field to lead off. Dane Frazier is the first baseman, batting second. Batting third is Trad Richardson at the shortstop position. Bridger Johnson is in left field. Birthday Boy will bat fourth. Batting fifth is Stuart Long, the designated hitter, as Larson steps in and waits for his first pitch from Hango. And this one's lifted into right field. This time it's towards the fence. Larson did knock one over the fence in the game before this one. This will be a triple for Larson. He's going to slam on the brakes at second, and another run will be earned off the double.
The catcher number 24.
And the Scarlets jump out to a 2-0 lead with no outs here at the top of the first with Jaron Wilcox. So Trad Richardson at the shortstop position, batting third. Batting fourth is Bridger Johnson left field. Designated hitter Stuart Long in the 5 spot. Batting sixth is the third baseman Drew Stensrud. And folks, for the first time in about 2 months, Caden Jordan is in the lineup in right field as this one's upstairs for ball one. Andrew Clausen bats eighth, the catcher, and Dayton Bay, the second baseman, rounds out the order. Here's the 1-0 by Hangus, and it's swung on for strike one by Jaron Wilcox. 1-1 on the count, no outs, and the Scarlets starting as they did in the first game with 2 runs here in the first. No outs, though, on the board. Here's the pitch, and Wilcox will slice for strike two. 1-2 on the count. So Hangus on the 5 Valley Hour pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. And Hango has been a fun guy to watch this year as time is called. Wilcox, the catcher. And he'll bat this one foul down the first base line. Jordan's going to try to get there. And a dive by Caden Jordan will bring up, or leave us at 1-2 on the count. Corey Brownson in the on-deck circle. So for Hangus, he's a 6'3", 215-pound pitcher for the Mavericks. He's been holding down first base as well, going into his junior year at Sentinel High School. You'll get to watch him this fall with the golf program, as this one's going to be bounced off of Clausen's shoulder, and Clausen will not make the throw, as Larson will advance to third. 2-2 on the count. Here's the pitch and a swing. Clausen will drop down the first base line, and that will be the first out of the inning.
The designated hitter number 9, Corey Brownson.
Larson stays at third as Corey Brownson comes to the plate with 1 out and Larson at third. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Our umpires for today's game, in game number 2, will have Seth Kitchens behind the plate, and the general, Glenn Welsh, is in the field. Here's Hangus with the 1-0, and it'll be ball 2. But Hangus be his third season with the Sentinel golf program, as Richardson's going to come in and check in with Hangus. Hangus has been real well for the Mavericks from the pitcher's mound. Hangus 5-3 on his record. 17 games, 8 of those started. 3.08 ERA. 52 2/3 innings pitched, as this one's going to be bounced out into right field. Larson's going to come down the line to third, and with 1 out, the Scarlets will take a 3-0 lead over the Mavericks.
The left fielder number 3, Logan Meyer.
So we come to the number 6 spot, Logan Meyer, the left fielder, with 1 out, a runner at first. Hangus delivers upstairs for ball 1. But back to Hangus. 33 runs off of 62 hits. 18 of those runs were earned. Gave up 1 home run, hit 2 batters, walked 15, and struck out 30 as the throw to first is made. He does have 4 wild pitches as well. Hangus with a 3.08 ERA. 1-0. Here's the pitch. And it's lifted high over short. And this one will come down. Bridger Johnson will have it in the glove, and that's 2 away.
The right fielder number 20, Ethan Clark.
So we go to Ethan Clark now for the Scarlets with 2 outs, 3 runs earned. 3-0 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Hangus with the pitch to Ethan Clark, and Clark will have ball 1 on the count, 1-0. Hangus with the pitch, swung on, and will be 1-1 on the count. Hangus now back to first. Dane Frazier back at first, allowing Caden Jordan to come in. We haven't seen Caden Jordan in the lineup since about mid-May. He would go down at the plate with a knee injury, as this one's into center field. Hill with a little trot, puts it in the glove, and that will end the inning. 3 runs earned for the Scarlets to jump out ahead. Bottom of the first, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning, and it is all Scarlets. 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The Mavericks get their chance to bat, though. Brendan Hill leading off. Dane Frazier is in the on-deck circle, and Trad Richardson in the hole. It is Ben Egan for the Scarlets on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Mavericks taking the first game 11-8. 9-2 win last night, so 2-0. The Mavericks improved to 11-1 on conference play, as this one's hit right up the gut, and Brendan Hill will lead off with a single for the Mavericks. Hill with a double to start game number 1. As we get Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks. Mavericks all conference play from now until the 22nd. I think there's a total of 4 days off for the Mavericks in that time period. The last conference game can be played on the 22nd, and that will be in Lethbridge against the Elks, as the first pitch to Frazier will be ball 1. Megan's going to throw to first, forcing Hill to dive in. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. No outs, 1 on. We've got alumni parents in the building, as former President Kyle Cunningham is here watching the game. Foul ball will bring up strike 1, 1-1. The All-Star Nick Jovitich's parents are in the building, as well as a few others. We've also have Sentinel football coach in, checking out Dayton Bay, his quarterback, possible quarterback. With Rylan Ort graduating, well, the Sentinels, Spartans, are in the hunt for a quarterback. 1-1 on the count. And the pitch, Hill will hop and comes back to first. And we'll get ball 2, 2-1.
Okay.
Egan with the stretch and set. Hill at first. And the pitch comes over the plate for strike 2. 2-2 on the count to Frazier. Dane Frazier leads the team in home runs for the Mavericks with 3. Back to first. Egan keeping an eye on Hill.
Lock in, Dane.
And a good idea to keep an eye on Hill out there. He leads the team with 17 steals, as the pitch will bring up ball 3, 3-2. Egan checking the runner of Hill at first, and now the payoff pitch. Nope, back to first. Scarlets dealing with a 3-0 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Hill, this one's into the bounce on right field. Hill with a gear at second, and Brendan Hill will stand at third off the single by Dane Frazier.
Anyways, today, sorry, but I'm letting
The shortstop, number 13, Brad.
Brings us to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks. Runners on the corners, no outs for the Mavericks. Bottom of the first.
He's just limping over to me like it's wet. I took a video. He's so stupid. That's the funniest thing.
Pitch over the plate to Richardson will bring up strike one. 0-1. Trad Richardson, veteran leader for the Mavericks. Here's the pit throw to first. Trying to pin Frazier over there at first. Richardson settling in. And the pitch. Richardson with a roller. Second baseman will get there on the fringe, bobbles it, and Trad Richardson will reach with Brendan Hill scoring, and the error will bring home the run.
The left fielder, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
So the Scarlets will claim the first error of the game. Mavericks get on the board to make it 3-1. And the pitch gets away. Runners will advance, and the Mavericks will have runners at second and third with no outs, with Bridger Johnson taking ball one. Yeah. 2-0 on the count. Runners at second and third. Three and 0. Runners at second and third, no outs. Bottom of the first. And Johnson will send this one into left field. They'll hold Richardson up at third as Dane Frazier will score, and it stays with runners on the corners now. No outs. The Mavericks make it a one-run game.
Hitter number 2, Stuart Long.
3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and the designated hitter Stuart Long now comes in. Long settles in. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Ball one. One and 0. And we'll build the ball two to Stuart Long. Long at the DH, did start in the shortstop position in the first game, but was moved out. Trad Richardson going to shortstop in that game. Here's a throw to first to Johnson. Runners on the corners, no outs. Mavericks making it a one-run game, 3-2. Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And 2-0 will become 2-1. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This one's going to be off of the first baseman. The second baseman will be there, and he can't pick it up on the bobble. And Stuart Long will reach to load the bases off the air. They are going to mark it as an error. A run scored. And runners at first and second. And Stensrud will drop the bunt, picked up, throw to first, and there's one out on the board with runners advancing to second and third. The sack bunt does its job.
The right fielder, number 17, Caden Jordan.
To bring up Caden Jordan for the first time in a long while. Tied at 3. And the first pitch to Jordan's over the plate for strike 1. Egan now with the pitch in the dirt. Brings up ball 1, 1-1 on the count to Caden Jordan. Now Jordan had played in 10 games leading up to his injury. 27 plate appearances, 22 at bats, 3 runs off of 5 hits, 1 RBI as this one comes in for ball 2, 2-1. 1 RBI, 5 singles were those 5 hits for Jordan. Walked 4, struck out 6, hit by 1 pitch. And Jordan will move to 3-1 on the count. So Caden Jordan coming in. And it's a walk to load the bases, and Caden Jordan, the birthday boy, will be on base for the first time in 2 months. We come to Andrew Clausen, the catcher now for the Mavericks.
The catcher, number 14, Andrew.
The number 8 spot batter for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first. Loaded bases, 1 out. Jordan at first, Long at second, and Johnson. And then Clausen will hop this one past the shortstop. They'll bring home Johnson. Right behind him is Stuart Long, and the Mavericks will take the lead. 5-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Second baseman, number 1, Dayton Bay.
Brings up the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay for the Mavericks with 1 out. Here's the pitch by Egan, and Bay pops this one foul. Comes down just behind the dugout, down the first base line, and strike 1 to Dayton Bay. And movement in the bullpen down the third base line as the Scarlets will warm up an arm. The top of the order for the Mavericks in the on-deck circle, 1 out, bottom of the first. Last time the Mavericks batted around would be in Rapid City against Premier West, and this one comes in over the plate for strike 2, 0-2. Clausen at first, Jordan at second, 1 out. Here's the 0-2 by Egan. And Bay will swing. This one's going to roll. The third baseman can't get to it. They'll hold up Jordan at third, and with 1 out, the Mavericks will have loaded bases. And the top of the order coming to the plate. And it possibly is Eric Laughlin in the pen for the Scarlets. A visit by the Scarlets pitching coach, as Seth Kitchens, our plate umpire, cleans the plate off. Glenn Welsh in the field. And this is just a visit, since they did just send somebody out to the bullpen. So I imagine this is just an opportunity to let that person warm up. If you're looking to upgrade your ride, folks, well, stop in and see our friends at 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk in through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. Whether it's their large inventory or their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valeautosales.com or stop by their location on South Reserve at 3300. In Missoula, 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So the first pitch to Hill will be over the plate for strike one, 0-1 on the count. 1 out, loaded bases. And Hill cranks this one over the second baseman's head. They will bring Jordan home, holding up Clausen at third, and the Mavericks will keep the machine running. With 1 out. And here comes the manager for the Scarlets, Hust. And the new pitcher coming in as we speak. So a change on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have those changes.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field. A change for the Scarlets on the 5 Valley pitcher mound brings in Eric Laughlin, who is currently warming up. Mavericks with loaded bases, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. They've earned 6 runs off of 7 hits here. Batted around the number 2 spot batter, Dane Frazier, at the plate. Hill at first, Bay at second, and Clausen at third. Here's the pitch by Laughlin, and he'll drop in a ball for the first pitch to Frazier. Dane Frazier, his first at-bat on the inning was a single. And I'll tell you what, Bay and Clausen better get on it because Hill, the ball hit, he could score from first. He'll just have to whip the boys in front of him to keep them going. Here's the 1-0. And this one's hit right at the pitcher. They'll come home, step on the bag, down the line to first. Larson will hold on to it, and the double play is turned. The Mavericks, 6 runs to take a 6-3 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field. We come to the top of the second inning. Mavericks leading the Scarlets 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the order, 8-9 batters scheduled up. Nate Dewar, the third baseman, to lead off. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. Zach Hangus stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And here's the first pitch by Hangus of the inning, and he'll deliver over the plate for strike one. Hangus, a great addition to this Mavericks from the A level. Pitcher, first baseman, as he'll deliver in ball one to make it an even count at 1 apiece. Dewar, the third baseman, pitch on the way, and this one's cranked foul into the parking lot to bring up strike two. Hangus, his first year with a Double-A. He has 1 year with the A and 1 year with the B squad under his belt. Here's the pitch, and it's high. Clausen not able to jump up and get it, and will be even at 2 apiece on the count. And as I mentioned earlier, Hangus part of the Sentinel golf program, but he also is a hockey player. Pitch on the way. And this one's hit right at Hangus, takes him in the backside, and that will have the runner reach as Hangus will walk that one off. And we'll call that one a hit. Hangus having to walk that one off. And we go to the bottom of the order, Caden Dowler. 1 on, no outs. Top of the second. Hangus with the stretch and set. And a foul ball. Will bring up strike one. Hangus and Frazier with the common MLB team, as they're both Dodger fans. Here's the stretch and set and the 0-1. Foul ball. Brings up strike two, 0-2 on the count. Hangus's hobbies is loves to hang out at the lake. Favorite thing that mom makes is fish tacos. 0-2 now. Runner at first. And this one will be fouled off the bat into the netting to stay at 0-2. Favorite memory with Dad is playing catch. Being a hockey player, well, his favorite movie is Miracle on Ice. Here's a shot down the third base line. It'll be just out of play. And we'll stay at 0-2. Dowler will step back in, top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Here's the 0-2 by Hangus. And it'll bring up ball one. Hangus with the stretch and set. And we'll go 2-2 on the count. Gorgeous night here in Missoula at Lindbergh Craig Field. 2-2. Batted hard down the third base line. Johnson won't be able to get to this one as it's going to be just on the fence. And we'll stay at 2-2. Michelson in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. No outs. Runner at first is Nate Dewar. Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go, and this one's hit up the middle. And Dewar will stop at second. Runners at first and second off the single by Dowler. The hit swings us to the top of the order for the Scarlets to Christian Michelson. No outs, runners at first and second. Scarlets looking to see if they can capitalize and make this game interesting. And it looks like Jake Lentner has come into the building. Angus now with the stretch and set. And a pitch over the plate will bring up strike one. 0-1 on the count. Michelson a double, his first at bat. And the pitch. Foul ball brings up strike two. 0-2. Angus with the pitch. And a crank into left field. It's going to be short of Johnson. They'll hold the runner, and it's loaded bases with no outs for the Scarlets.
Number 7, Brooke Rohr.
So Angus looking to get out here. As we come to Brooks Rohr. Pitch over the plate to Rohr will bring up strike one. 0-1 on the count. It was a double for Rohr in the first inning. We are in the top of the second, loaded bases and no outs for the Scarlets. Here's Angus with the pitch. Then he's back over the plate for strike two. Oh and 2. Michelson at first, Dewar at second, and Dewar at third. And a pitch upstairs will bring up ball one. 1-2. Andy Larson in the on-deck circle. Larson with a home run in the first game against the Mavericks, as this one's fouled back up over our heads. And we'll stay at 1-2. Mavericks on the road tomorrow night in Helena. One game. First pitch is at 5 o'clock. Angus with the pitch. This one's going to bounce off of Clausen's mask. Angus will pick it up and they won't be able to get to it. Runner will score from third off the wild pitch. And it's now a 2-run game. So we come to 2-2 on the count.
Yeah. Good. I did good. Yeah. I can go like
Angus with the pitch, and this one's into right field. Jordan's back there. Caden Jordan will have it in the glove. The tag at third as the throw is made, and Clausen won't be able to get to it. A run is earned off the sac fly.
Number 18, Andy Larson.
So 1 out on the board now for the Scarlets. 1 run earned. And it's now 6-5 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Andy Larson at the plate. And a throw to first. Angus gets the pitch from Clausen. Now the stretch and set. Swung on. This one's punched high over second. Richardson calls everybody off, and he'll put it in the glove. That's 2 outs.
Number 24, Jaron Wilcox.
We come to Jaron Wilcox now for the Scarlets with 2 outs and a runner at first. 2 runs earned here in the second to make it 6-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch by Hangus. Runner at first will go. Clausen makes a throw, and it's off target. Good job by Bay to stay in, though. And it's a stolen base off the ball pitch. The 1-0 to Wilcox. Wilcox out on a drop third strike. Designated hitter in the on-deck circle. Time is called. Top of the second. Here's the pitch by Hangus. And it'll bring up a ball 2, 2-0. So Hangus having to work through. Here's the pitch. And a bouncer. This one picked up by Richardson. He'll have the rocket to first. Frazier sticks the bag, and that is the inning. 2 runs earned, leaving 1 behind. And it's now 6-5 Mavericks. We'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning in a game that is turning out to be a shootout. 6-5 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's the 3-4-5 batters scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson leading off. Bridger Johnson on deck and Stuart Long in the hole for the Mavericks. Eric Laughlin on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Warming up. Jaron Wilcox behind the plate.
They're $2. Oh, you're selling them? Yeah. This is so embarrassing, Dad. I don't want to say no. What's his name down there?
So Richardson making his way to the plate as we get set to go.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
So we get Trad Richardson. Richardson reached off an error, his first at bat.
Okay. Yeah, pitch.
Here's the pitch, and fouled off the grips for strike one by Richardson. Mavericks go on a couple of road trips in the next couple of days. Tomorrow to Helena, as this pitch brings up ball 1-1 on the count. And then it's a trip to Great Falls on Friday and Saturday. One game Friday night at 7. Saturday will be a doubleheader, first pitch at 1. And we'll get ball 2. Playing at the Great Falls Chargers Stadium, as Laughlin will deliver ball 3, 3-1. And I haven't seen the Mavericks superfan the last couple of nights. Mavericks picked up a fan that has been here, as Richardson will be walked to start the inning.
Number 10, Bridger
For the Mavericks, we come to Bridger Johnson now. Here's the pitch, and it gets away. Richardson will go ahead and make his way to second. So 1-0 on the count to Johnson. Bridger Johnson and Caden Jordan, birthday boys tonight for the Mavericks. Jordan getting back into the lineup after a long wait on the knee injury. Here's Laughlin with the delivery, and he'll deliver ball 2. 2-0. Laughlin checks Richardson at second. No outs on the board. And Laughlin will step off the rubber, forcing Richardson back. Pitch comes in. Ball 2, 2-0. Might be off. I think I've got 3-0 on the count. Yep, there we go. Rookie on the scoreboard tonight, so got to have some patience. And Jordan will be walked. Johnson will be walked. Runners at first and second. No outs for the Mavericks as we come to Stuart Long. Laughlin with the pitch. And he'll deliver ball 1. Wilcox having to labor here. Keep the ball in front of him. And Wilcox will go ahead and check in with Laughlin. The Scarlets going to their bullpen early as they would make the switch in the bottom of the first from Egan to Laughlin. Laughlin now with the stretch and set, and the gate is open for the Scarlets as this one's popped over second base, and it'll come down. Richardson will grab a gear at third. The throw is made, and he'll hold up. Loaded bases with no outs for the Mavericks.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Brings us to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks. Loaded bases, no outs. And it looked like Johnny Day was on his way down to the bullpen for the Scarlets. Stensrud with a great opportunity here with loaded bases. And that'll be upstairs for ball 1 to Stensrud. A sack bunt for Stensrud at his first at bat. Ball pitch takes us to 2-0. Stensrud. On the season, 46 hits, 30 runs, 34 RBIs, as he lets this one come in for ball 3. Stensrud has been walked 25 times and struck out 25 times coming into today's matchup. And Stensrud is walked. That will bring home Richardson from third, and the Mavericks will earn a run as Houston will come in. And I imagine, yep, there is Day running in from the bullpen. So the Scarlets will make their second pitching change in 2 innings. We'll have that right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have the change on the mound. Johnny Day for the Scarlets, taking over for Eric Laughlin. Brings us to Caden Jordan for the Mavericks. No outs and loaded bases. A walk bringing home Trad Richardson. So that leaves Bridger Johnson at third, Stuart Long at second, and Drew Stensrud at first. And Jordan will take a slice. This one's going to hop. Shortstop cannot hold on to it. And the Mavericks will earn a run. And they will call that an error up here in the booth.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
So that'll bring up Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks. And a run earned off of the wild pitch as Stuart Long will come in. And there's now runners at second and third. 9-5 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it's ball 1 to Andrew Clausen. And Clausen will take strike 1, so 1-1 on the count. Clausen with a single, his last at bat. And this one's over the shortstop's head. The machine will stay running as Stensrud comes home for the Mavericks, and there'll be runners on the corners. And no outs.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
Brings us to the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. And Wilcox will signal the field with runners on the corners and no outs. Dayton Bay steps in. Here's the pitch upstairs for ball one by Johnny Day. Here's the 1-0 by Day. And Bay will foul it off to make it an even count at 1 apiece. For Dayton Bay, it was a single, his first at bat. Johnson at third, or Jordan, I mean, at third. And Clausen at first. Upstairs pitch takes us to 2-1. Well, we're 55 minutes into the game here, folks, and we are in the bottom of the second inning. Had a late one last night with the rain delay. Good clear skies. It was warm earlier. Slight breeze. 3-1 on the count on that pitch. Day now with the pitch, and Bay will have this one off of the bat into the glove of the second baseman, and that is the first out of the inning.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
We swing to the top of the order for the Mavericks with 1 out. Brendan Hill. Hill looks down the line, Hathaway with the call. Caden Jordan at third. Andrew Clausen at first. 1 out. Here's the pitch, and Hill will take it for strike 1. For Brendan Hill, it's back-to-back singles in game 2. Day with the stretch and set. And a pitch upstairs will bring up ball 1, 1-1. Hill with a home run. It's an in-the-park home run here at Lindbergh Craig Field. He hit that thing out to the gap and was able to speed around. Now, I had made mention on air that I'd love to see what his time is from home to second and first to third, and well, his grandfather, I got to meet him last week, said that he timed Hill's home run off of the replay. He said it was 15 seconds from home to home on that in the park home run. Here's the 1-2. And Clausen's going to go. Evens us out at 2 apiece. Runners at second and third now. For the Mavericks, 1 out. Outside pitch gives us a full count. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle, 1 out. Johnny Day with the payoff pitch. And Hill will take the walk to load the bases.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
Takes us to the very dangerous Dane Frazier for the Mavericks with 1 out, loaded bases. Frazier leading the team in hits with 74, RBIs with 54. He leads the team with singles at 52. Leads the team with doubles at 18 and 7 triples to lead the team as this pitch comes in for ball 1. Also leads the team with walks at 50. That was coming into the game before this one. Here's the 1-0 by Day. And Frazier pumps this one high into center field. Center fielder's back there. Puts it in the glove. The tag by Jordan. Clausen will advance, and the Mavericks will earn a run off the sac fly by Dane Frazier.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
And with 2 outs, we go to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks. It's now 11-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and Mavericks in charge. Wilcox with a signal on the field with runners on the corners. Day with the stretch and set. And a throw to first for Richardson, reaching off an error. And a walk. And it's an outside pitch to bring up ball 1 to Frazier. No, Richardson. I apologize. Puts Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0, and Richardson will take it for ball 2, 2-0. Mavericks lead 11-5, 11 runs off of 9 hits. And we'll have strike 1, 2, and 1.
Hey, I'm going to watch Shelby play Friday at 2. I forget to ask you. If I don't ask you now.
Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go. Hill will get second. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. And we'll go 3-1 on the count to Richardson with a stolen base. Runners at second and third now for the Mavericks with 2 outs. Richardson digs in, and the 3-1 is delivered. And Richardson over the third baseman's head into left field. They'll bring home Clausen. Hill on his way home, and the Mavericks will turn 2 runs off of the Richardson single.
Number 10, Bridger Johnson.
And it's now 13-5 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bridger Johnson with 1 out, 1 on. We are in the bottom of the second. Mavericks with 6 runs in the first, 7 in the second. And Johnson will receive, or will swing for strike 1. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And it'll be inside to make us even on the count at 1 apiece. For Bridger Johnson, a single and a walk. He has been an asset to this team. He leads the team coming into today with runs, 56 out of 167 at-bats. We get ball 2. 2-1. Third in team with at-bats at 167. Third on the team with RBIs at 39. Second on the team with walks at 40. and third on the team in stolen bases with 15 coming in before today's game. We move to 3-1 on the count now to Johnson. Richardson standing at first with 2 outs. And Johnson will make it a full count on the swing. 3-2. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle. And this one's fouled off. Keeps us at 3-2. Johnny Day coming in for Laughlin. In 1 inning, he's got 28 pitches, 13 of them over the plate. A long break for Zach Hangus. Here's Richardson on his way, and it's going to be a walk to put runners at first and second now for the Mavericks. We come to Stuart Long, the designated hitter, with 2 outs. Wilcox checking in with his pitcher. And I think the Scarlets go on the road on a long trip after this one. Long will take ball 1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It gets by Wilcox. Runners will advance to second and third. Stuart Long settles back in, reached off an error and a single. He'll bang this one down the third base line. It's just out of play. And the foul ball will bring up strike 1. Nope, it looks like and this doesn't look like the correct schedule. Stuart Long now loading the bases up for the Mavericks as we get Drew Stensrud with 2 outs and loaded bases. And Stensrud will receive ball 1. Loaded bases for the Mavericks. Stuart Long at first, Bridger Johnson at second, and Trad Richardson at third. Stensrud will take a slice for strike 1, a 1-1 on the count. So taking a look at the Scarlet schedule, they will actually be hosting Great Falls tomorrow night. And then there's some open dates. They go to Fort Collins while the Mavericks are in Lethbridge as we get ball 2. So the Scarlets will face the Chargers tomorrow night, Lethbridge on Monday for a doubleheader and 1 game on Tuesday. And then it's off to Fort Collins the 17th through the 21st. 2-2. And we'll build to a full count at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch by Day. Runners move, and it's behind Stensrud. And it's going to get away. Johnson has to jump back, and he'll get back in time. No, Glenn Welsh is going to punch him out. A run will be earned by Richardson, and Johnson overcommitting at third will end the inning. The Mavericks make it 14-5. Top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right folks, we're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN as we swing to the top of the third. Mavericks lead 14-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Scarlets, 5, 6, 7 batters. Corey Brownson, the designated hitter, to lead off the inning. Logan Meyer in the on deck and Ethan Clark in the hole. Zach Hangus is on the 5 Valor pitcher's mound, and his first pitch will be inside on the left-handed batter for ball 1. Pitch comes up. Ball 2. Foul ball. Brings up the strike. 2-1 on the count. I believe it's 2-1. Here's Hangus with the pitch. Brings up the ball. We'll see if Kitchens gives us our count, and it is 3-1. To Brownson. Brownson with a single, his first at bat. The gate is open down the third base line. The foul ball will take us to a full count. So the Scarlets working on their third pitcher in 3 innings on the warm-up down there. As this one's fouled off, and we stay at 3-2. Hangus pitching for the Mavericks. Junior at Sentinel. And this one will be bounced out. Hangus tries to barehand it, and Richardson tries to go for the bare hand, and the runner will reach off the air. So the Mavericks trying to get tricky. They are going to call it a base hit. So the Scarlets with a hit to start the top of the third. Folks, we're an hour and 12 minutes into the game, and we are just into the top of the third inning. Pitch inside, brings up a ball to Logan Meyer. Meyer 1-0. He had, on the count, fly out his first at bat. Here's the pitch by Hangus. And a foul ball. Brings up strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Hangus's favorite superhero would be Superman. Future goals, he'd like to play some college baseball. I asked him what baseball has taught him. He said, when you work hard, it will relate to how you perform. And we'll get a ball pitch. Runner at first. And Hangus will deliver over the plate to bring up strike 2. 2-2 on the count. Angus checks the runner, now the pitch, and he'll deliver ball 3 to make it a full count, 3-2. No outs, a runner at first, top of third. A swing, it does have contact, and they will say that is the strikeout. One away with one on now.
Number 20, Ethan Clark.
Top of the third. We go to Ethan Clark, the right fielder for the Scarlets. Corey Brownson at first, one out. Angus will check him over the shoulder, and now the pitch. And Clark sends this one into right field. Jordan is over there, puts it in the glove, and that is 2 away. Great to see Caden Jordan in the lineup for the Mavericks after a long stint out with the knee injury. He stuck it out and is getting the reward on his birthday. We go to Nate Dewar, the number 8 spot batter. Outside pitch brings up ball 1 to Dewar. He had a single his first at bat. Here's a shot over the head of Richardson into the gap, chased down by Hill and Johnson. Hill will have the pickup. The throw is made in, and the runners will stand at second and third off the double by Dewar. Bottom of the order, Caden Dowler now at the plate for the Scarlets with 2 outs. Here's a low pitch to bring up a ball. Is it a strike? Okay. Angus now with the stretch and set. And this one's on play, kisses the third base line. Jordan will chase it down. 1 run is scored. Second run will come in. And Dowler will earn 2 runs off the single. To make it 14-7 on the Fast Trips Conoco scoreboard. Two outs and a runner at first. As we have the top of the order, Christian Michelson at the plate. And Michelson will take strike 1. Ball 1. Top of the third. Zach Angus on the 5, Valley pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, brings up ball 2, 2-1. This is a hitter's game as each team has 10 hits apiece. The Scarlets with 7 runs off their 10 hits. Mavericks with 14. As a foul ball is popped up over our heads to make it 2-2 on the count. Brooks Rohrer in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Clausen keeping it in front of him. Brings up the full count at 3-2. Angus just trying to get through the inning. And a bouncer. Stensrud can't get to it. It's going to go into left field. Picked up by Jordan, and there's runners at first and second.
Number 7, Brooks Rohrer.
Brings us to Brooks Rohrer for the Scarlets with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Inside pitch over the plate brings up strike one to Rohr. Rohr with a double and a sac fly on the game. Here's the 0-1. Over the plate, strike two. Hengis, 75 pitches in, 47 of them over the plate, and we are in the third inning. Scarlets making two pitching changes in the first two innings, one in the first, one in the second. A swing, and that will end the inning. 2 runs earned to make it 14-7. Mavericks still in lead. Bottom of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. We do have a change on the mound as Brooks Rohr comes to the pitcher's mound for the Scarlets. So 3 innings, 3 pitchers. Rohr was at second, and we're looking to see who that second baseman is going to end up being. I think it's Day. We'll check and see as things play out here through the inning. There's the throw. Caden Jordan will lead off, and it is number 10 at the second base spot. And that is Johnny Day.
Number 17, Caden Jordan.
Maybe he's going to be hitting for the DH, and the DH is gone. Jordan now at the plate to lead off the inning, so 7, 8, and 9 batters scheduled on the inning. Rohr with his first pitch, it's over the plate for strike one. And a reach over the head of the second baseman, and Caden Jordan is on base for the third time tonight. And we go to Andrew Clausen now. Here's the pitch by Rohr, and it's inside on Clausen for ball one. Clausen with a pair of singles in the game. Here's the pitch, and we'll have strike one, 1-1 on the count to Clausen. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. And this one's off the end of the bat for Clausen, and the left fielder will put it in the glove. 1 away on the pop fly.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
We come to Dayton Bay now, bottom of the order for the Mavericks with 1 out, 1 on. Here's the stretch and set by Rohr. And a foul ball down the third base line will bring up strike one for Dayton Bay, a single, and then he had an infield fly his last at bat. Bay looking to take over that quarterback position this fall over at Sentinel. This one's a little tighter on the line, but still out of play, and we'll have strike two on the foul ball. 0-2, one out, one on. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Rohr steps back on the rubber. Caden Jordan at first steps away. Here's the 0-2. And they're going to say strike three. Wilcox not handling the ball, but it'll be a strikeout regardless. And there's two away. Seth Kitchen, our plate umpire, with Glenn Welsh in the field. We swing to the top of the order to Brendan Hill for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Rohr. And Hill will take the first pitch for strike one. Scarlets looking to hold the Mavericks off the scoreboard for the first inning of the game. Here's the pitch. And Hill with a foul ball down the third base line takes us to strike two. 0-2 on the count. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Jordan steps away from first. The stretch and set. And this one's blasted into right field. Jordan will hold up at second, and with two outs, the Mavericks will have runners at first and second.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
Brings up Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks. Frazier settles in. Runners at first and second and two outs. Here's the pitch by Rohr. And a foul ball will bring up strike one. Frazier, a single, a fielder's choice, and a sac fly on the game.
Smooth with your hands, kid.
Wilcox keeps it in front of him when we go 1-1 on the count. Caden Jordan at second, Brendan Hill at first, two outs. Here's the 1-1 by Rohr. Brings up ball two. The pitch. And Frazier right to the third baseman, the step on the bag, and that will end the inning. The Mavericks are held off for the first time in the game. No runs, two runners left behind, and the top of the fourth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Andy Larson's going to hit this one right to Dane Frazier. Step on the bag. And we've got one out off of one pitch.
Number 24, Darren Wilcox.
Top of the fourth inning. Mavericks lead 14-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We go to Jaron Wilcox, the catcher, with one out. So Zach Hengus continues his time on the 5 valuable pitcher's mound, and this one's cranked into right field. Caden Jordan backs up on it. He's got it in the glove. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And no look into the bullpen as of yet for the Mavericks. We go to Johnny Day, and the first pitch to Day will be ball 1. Pitch in the dirt brings up ball 2, 2-0 on the count. Upstairs brings up ball 3. This is Johnny Day's first at bat on the game, as he would move into Brownson's spot, and he'll be walked. Two outs.
Number 3, Logan Meyer.
Well, we come to Logan Meyer with one on. Top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Over the plate. Strike 1 to Meyer. For Logan Meyer, a fly out and a strikeout swinging. 2 outs and a runner at first, and he'll swing on this one. It's punched up high. Stensrud's trying to get to it, but that one's going to be in the glove. No, Clausen cannot hold on to it. The foul ball will bring up strike 2. Great effort by Clausen, though. Tied up against the netting down the third base line. Kind of a tough spot to be at to try to bring in that ball. 0-2 on the count to Meyer. Number 7 spot batter in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one will have play into right field. Jordan tracks it down, puts it in the glove, and that will end the inning. 1 runner left behind for the Scarlets, and both teams held off back-to-back. Bottom of the fourth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Bottom of the fourth inning, the Mavericks lead 14-7 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. Brooks Rohr in for his second inning duty on the Five Valley pitcher's mound. And for the Mavericks, it is the 3, 4, 5 batters. Trad Richardson leading off. Bridger Johnson on deck and Stuart Long in the hole. So Richardson steps to the plate. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and Richardson will foul it off for strike one. For Richardson, reached off an error, a walk, and then a single on the game. Ball one, 1-1 on the count.
It's $1.99 on my channel.
Here's the pitch. Richardson down the first base line. This one will be in play as it hops. Richardson around first, on his way to second as the throw is made, and Trad Richardson will start the inning off with a stand-up double for the Mavericks.
Number 10, Bridger Johnson. All right, thanks.
We go to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. Johnson awaits his pitch, and we'll get it from Rohr. Ball in the dirt. Richardson will hold at second. And we'll be 1-0 on the count. Lights are on here at Lindbergh Craig Field. One and 0. Here's the pitch. And Johnson into center field. Center fielder will have a play on it. Richardson heads back to second, and there's one out.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
Brings up Stuart Long for the Mavericks with one out, one on. Bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. And Stewie will foul this one off for strike one. Stuart Long reached off an error, a single, and then was hit by a pitch. Rohr now with the stretch and set. And Kitchens will bark out strike, so it's 0-2 on the count. One out, one on. Richardson at second. Bottom of the fourth in a 7-inning game. We're 1:38 into the game. The first 2 innings would take 1 hour as Richardson fouls this one off to keep us at 0-2. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with Richardson at second. The stretch and set by Rohr, and Long will take the hit by pitch.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Takes us to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks now. Stensrud settling in. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. So for the Scarlets, for Stensrud, it was a sac bunt and then back-to-back walks. This one's upstairs to bring it to ball 2, 2-0. Yeah, CBS is by Krispy Kreme, and then ABC is right around the corner. Yeah. 3-0 on the count. It's the same as ABC. Yeah.
The one that's by the Missoula Manor.
Yep. 3-0. It's 3 balls. No strikes. 1 out. And Stensrud gets walked to load the bases for the Mavericks.
Number 17, Caden Jordan.
So we go to Caden Jordan with 1 out, loaded bases for the Mavericks. The birthday boy. A walk, an error, and a single. In a good position here to make some things happen. And the first pitch will be a strike to Jordan. Here's the pitch. And Jordan will reach out, foul it off, and we'll be 0-2 on the count. Beautiful sunset here at Lindbergh Craig Field. And just a block away is the MCPS football stadium. One of my favorite places to be in the fall on a Friday night is at MCPS Stadium. As Jordan puts this one over the head of the first baseman, Richardson's going to come home. They'll hold up Stuart Long, and the machine has been flipped on.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
We come to Andrew Clausen now for the Mavericks. Loaded bases. And that's going to tag Clausen. The hit by pitch will bring a run home, and the Mavericks will make it 16-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We go to Dayton Bay, bottom of the order now, with 1 out and loaded bases. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Brings up ball 1. For Dayton Bay, a single, an infield fly, and then was struck out looking his last at bat. And Dayton, he's got 27 hits on 107 at bats, as we'll bring up strike 1, 1-1 on the count. 32 runs off of those 27 hits, 21 RBIs, 19 singles, 16 walks, 26 strikeouts, 10 hit by pitches, and 9 stolen bases. He'll swing on the 1-1. It'll be bounced off the third baseman, can't put a glove on it, and the Mavericks will bring home Drew Stensrud, and we'll see if that is going to be considered an error. And they will put it up on the board as an error. So the top of the order for the Mavericks, Brendan Hill, with 1 out. Here's the pitch. And Hill cranks this one down the third base line. Johnson will come home. Clausen rounds the corner at third, and the Mavericks will earn 2 runs off the Brendan Hill single. And the machine keeps running.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
19-7 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with 1 out. Dane Frazier at the plate. Runners at first and second. And Frazier will take the first pitch for ball 1. A single, a fielder's choice, a sac fly, and a ground out for Dane on the game. Brooks Roar with the stretch and set. And he'll bring in strike 1, 1-1 on the count. So the Mavericks back in action tomorrow night in Helena. 1 game, conference game. First pitch is at 5. It is all conference games from now until the 22nd, as Frazier will foul this one down the third base line to bring up 1-2 on the count. The 22nd being the last day of conference play in AA. The Mavericks will be on the road, though, on the 24th for the last regular season game against the Helena Senators. That'll be a 9-inning game. Here's the pitch, and inside on Frazier to bring up ball 2, 2-2. Here's the stretch and set by Roar. Frazier, foul ball. Hathaway steps out of the way, and we'll stay at 2-2. Brendan Hill at first, Dayton Bay at second. 1 out on the board. And Frazier will take ball 3 to make it a full count at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch by Roar. And Frazier with a high shot into center field. It's shallow. Center fielder comes up, puts it in the glove, and that's 2 outs.
Number 13.
So we go to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Jake Lentner in the crowd. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball to Richardson, 1-0. Richardson, a single, a double. He was walked and reached off an error his first at bat. Here's the 1-0. And Richardson will take it. It's tight inside, but they're going to call it a strike. Seth Kitchen races his fist, and it's 1-1 on the count. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Mavericks with 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. And Richardson with a golf swing into the gap. That will bring Bay home. They'll bring around Hill and have him hold up at first as Richardson stands at second. And the Mavericks take a 20-7 lead
Number 10, Bridger
on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bridger Johnson, the birthday boy for the Mavericks now. Two outs on the board. Roar with the stretch and set. This one will hop in front of the plate for ball one. Mavericks picking up the win in the first game. Taking game one last night, so 2-0 so far in the 3-game stand. This one's between the legs of Wilcox, but Hill will backpedal back to the bag. Trad Richardson at second, Brendan Hill at third. Two and 0 on the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And they'll say strike, and a good job by Dewar at third as Wilcox had the throw down the third base line, and it was not on target. Dewar doing a good job of keeping it from going too deep. And we'll have strike one, 2 and 1 on the count. And a pitch comes in for the ball. Hathaway with some encouragement for Johnson. A single, a walk, and a fly out on the night. And he'll send this one into the gap. The right fielder's trying to get there, and he can't. This will hop. It's got to roll all the way to the wall. Johnson will grab a Garrett second as the throw is made. 2 runs are earned. And Bridger Johnson will have a birthday boy triple with 2 runs. And it's now 22-7 Mavericks. And Houston will come in, and we'll see a pitching change with 2 outs. Looks like the left fielder, or right fielder, Logan Meyer, will come in. And it looks like Day is going to head out to left field. So we'll step aside as the change is made on the field. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. A change on the mound brings Logan Meyer in from left field for the Scarlets. Stuart Long will be the first batter he'll face, and the pitch over the plate will bring up strike 1. So 2 outs. Bridger Johnson at third. Mavericks lead 22-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And a pitch in the dirt brings us to 1-1 on the count. Here's the 1-1. And it'll bring up strike 2, 1-2 on the count to Stuart Long. Stuart Long reached off an error. He has a single and then back-to-back hit by pitches. Here's the 1-2 by Meyer. And Long will bounce this one out. Shortstop bobbles it and will not make the play. And Stuart Long will reach with Bridger Johnson scoring. And we're going to say that is an error. And the official scorer will agree. Takes us to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks. With 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's the pitch. Low. Brings up ball 1. For Stensrud, a sac bunt and a trio of walks on the night. Here's the 1-0. And Kitchens will say strike 1, 1-1. Stuart Long at second. 2 outs and Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle. Inside pitch brings up ball 2, 2-1. So the Mavericks back in action tomorrow night from Helena, Montana. First pitch, 5 o'clock. Stensrud with a foul ball. Takes us even on the count at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. We are just shy of 2 hours on the game. The first 2 complete innings, as this is outside, to take us to a full count. The first 2 complete innings would be a full hour. As the 2 teams would combine for 19 runs in the first 2 innings. And Stensrud is walked. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, and we come to Caden Jordan, the birthday boy. Both Jordan and Johnson with birthdays today. Jordan representing Hellgate for the Missoula Mavericks. And this one will be bounced out. The shortstop does have a play. No, he bobbles. He does make the throw to second, and that will end the inning on the fielder's choice. So the Mavericks with 9 runs to make it 23-7. We'll be back with the top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN as we come to the top of the 5th inning. The Billings Scarlets staring down the 10-run rule here in the 5th. It's Ethan Clark to lead off. Zach Hangus on the mound, and the first pitch will be a ball. Clark now with a bouncer. Richardson will pick it up. The throw to first. Frazier is there to stick the bag, and there's one away on the ground out. The veteran connection for the out. Takes us to Nate Dewar.
Number 13, Nate Dewar.
for the Scarlets with 1 out, nobody on. Hengis has this one golfed high, shallow into left field, and Bridger Johnson wraps his glove around it. And that's 2 away.
Number 15.
Takes us to the bottom of the order. Caden Dowler for the Scarlets. Looked like we were going to have a race here in the first 2 innings, as this one's fouled off for strike 1 for Dowler. The Scarlets earning 5 runs in the first 2 innings. The Mavericks with 14 runs. As Hengis will deliver over the plate for strike 2. So the Scarlets 1 out away from the 10-run rule. And this one's punched shallow over center field. Hill with a little hop and a dance, puts it in the glove. And that, folks, is game. So the Mavericks will have the win and the sweep over the Scarlets. 23 runs off of 17 hits, no errors, and 8 left behind for the Mavericks. It would be 7 runs off 11 hits, 5 errors, and 5 runners left behind. Mavericks back in action tomorrow night. It is a 5 o'clock first pitch from Helena. We'll talk to you folks tomorrow night from Helena. Have a good evening, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.